Good morning and welcome to Morning Light Radio. As usual, we will be getting the day started with some self reflection. I will try to open myself up for a intimate conversation with self. Sometimes I find something, sometimes I don't. I wouldn't expect anybody to be particularly entertained by this stream. I do share it, I do make it public for whatever reason. It is an experiment. It is actually a substitute as well. This is a time of my day where I would normally listen to somebody else talking. For many people, and with this practice, I turn that awareness towards myself and listen. I have opened the door. If anybody would like to join, I have that door open. It is a Saturday morning. The sky is a bit opaque. It wants to be blue. There are some small formation of cumulus clouds. And I am here to be, just to be in all my shame and pride and awkwardness. It feels good just to sit with these things sometimes without indulging in them. don't have to indulge in the notion of having been a fool and potentially thought popped up in my mind, and that thought was we have the freedom to allow our mind to do an infinite number of things, to be confused, to not be confused, to be distracted, to be in the now, to focus on gratitude, to focus on the mishaps in the world. And this thought led to the question, what is freedom of mind? What is it to be free from the shackles of one's own mind? Some may argue that freedom of mind is to be free from polarities, free from the illusions of conceptualizing, to be in a state of non-duality. not judge ourselves, our others, nor the world around us. Sometimes I wonder if such a notion might offend some people. If the thought that freedom is attainable, but only by our own pursuits. I personally find it beautiful, inspiring, I appreciate the challenge. And I appreciate the manifesting guides and the many forms of angelic relics that may nudge us towards understanding. And admittedly, I say all this not seeing through the illusion. How does one embody unconditional? It seems to me that the only way to achieve that would be to become love, to become an embodiment of that expression. There's a saying that came across my field of awareness that translated to something like doing, done. And I think about that, and I believe that if I apply that to my purpose, the formula would be loving, loved. Excuse me, loving, love. No D at the end. Loving, love. I wish I could say that it's an easy task. I wish I could say that I was radiating with love and kindness and forgiveness, being non-judgmental, being compassionate and open-minded. The majority of the time, but I can't. And I could be here now, I could be here now, and I could accept the divine presence. And I could face the light as it is from where I'm at. And I could continue wading in the muddy waters time. And formation. And I can become present as this chrysalis takes place. And I could listen to the heavenly voice ask me, do you know what it is to become a butterfly? Maybe I only know what it is to become. Oh, cool. Just passed a bus that said Freedom Tours. I think it said NV. Hmm. Hmm. joined me. Hey, my friend.
Hey,
Good
I just need
day
to
you, good day.
fix my headphones and take it off this audio here. Let me see. How early are you?
I'm at 9:23.
9:23. Bluetooth on, Bluetooth off, on, off. Let me see. I'm going to jump out of chat and come back into chat. I think I need to set my Bluetooth before I come in.
Sounds good. Give it a try.
Yeah. I'll. Oh, just a second. I found an audio setting. Yeah. Yeah, I'll come out and come back in. Talk to you very soon, brother.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Hey, I'm still having audio issues, but as long as it's not echoing too much on your end at the moment.
It sounds nice and gentle from my side. The screen, there's no video on this, so it's just that image will just kind of be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Thank you.
You
I was, man, just feeling good, to be honest with you.
you sound exhausted.
No, I'm not. I'm flattened. Flattened out.
Okay.
I'm
That's
very,
not.
very, very relaxed. Very relaxed.
I understand that
I just
vibration. That's
entered
good.
into, yeah, it feels nice. Feels really good. I always, I'm always happy when I can get there.
Yeah.
And I was just, when you came in, I was just making some weird noises and humming away, and kind of seeing where that bell takes me.
Yeah. Well, I was.
Because I did some talkie. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. The
Keep
just
me
when
up
I
there, my friend.
just when I joined your vibration there, the tone and the bell was exactly what I needed. I've been driving myself on all day. Felt really quite drained from the last 24 hours with the amazing energy absorbed and exchanged. Uh, but an absolute warrior for this now. Uh, so I've been sort of like forcing myself all day and eventually start to feel the pains a little bit. But that was perfect for me to take a proper breath. It's only taken about 7 hours.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing, isn't it? It's truly an amazing thing.
Yeah, it is, and especially
Sometimes
when.
my mind and yeah,
Sorry,
please continue.
as you are a scholar for.
No.
No, you are an actual scholar for allowing people to do what you have just did there. I noticed that a lot of times in the chat. I know we all practice patience. It's very important to listen to what other people have got to say also, but it's only something I've really introduced to my character a lot more that I've tried to implement that. And if I feel I'm talking over someone, or someone has to interject because I've said something that sparked something in their brain, I'm always like, no, sorry, go ahead. I think I can always just talk, but when I've said something that someone's like, oh, that's just reminded me of, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Because
so it gets so exciting.
yeah, but when you stop the other person from that spark that's been created, a lot of the time your conversation will move on. That fiber flow or whatever had context to the meaning at that specific point always dissipates. Where the story that we are telling as individuals will never change. So it's a really nice thing that you do to say go ahead, and
You know what's
obviously
interesting?
yes.
It's such a different dance that I'm trying to understand the rhythm to. You know, if me and you were in a room together, our dance would be very different. And I could see your body language, and I could
Yeah.
feel your presence in a different way. And the dance, with the headphones and with the way that even we hear our own voices through these headphones, it is a very interesting dynamic. And so I'm trying to learn it. And sometimes it's harder for me to understand people too, having a conversation like so.
But what you've just said is actually quite perfect, because the process of getting up in the morning, and you've got kids and stuff and things to do, maybe getting breakfast ready or doing a few chores, it's very important in our movements and how we actually move throughout that morning process, like a dance. We open the refrigerator like it's like we take a little nice floating step over to get the jugs out for the fresh orange juice. We do it in a sort of flow, and someone will notice, like, are you dancing? You're like, yeah. When we really start to take control of our physical sense like that, it's like this psychological, whatever things may be in the morning, is gone. We are in control of the flow, of the pattern, even of how we move. You know, is this really good psychological trick of saying thank you to inanimate objects. You say thank you to the light switch when you put the light on. Thank you, light switch. When you close your door, you say thank you, handle. Without that handle, this door would be useless. And the extra sensory perception of deep-rooted gratefulness springs you into being able to do what you've just said, to try and find this other beat, this other flow. And I think your thought patterns are amazing to be thinking like this. There's not a lot of people who would maybe express what you've expressed, also to also have an awareness of that. You know that you need to change your rhythm, so you are totally feeling in touch with a balanced part of you. You must be aware that there's still something to be done.
Yeah, you just said something very special to me, and I appreciate that very much. I do these morning things, and I would say there's a few things that I would like to do, and one of them is to be grateful, to set my attentions and collaborate my awareness so that I can be graceful throughout the day. And I am, and I say this because people often think that I'm having a fun time beating myself up, but I don't say this as a way to humiliate myself. I say this in a way of being humble and being honest. I come back the next morning and I go, I didn't achieve what I hoped to achieve. I wasn't guided with my heart the way that I wanted to be guided with my heart. I wasn't as graceful and as
really
passionate as I dreamt myself to be. And you said something very special, and I'm going to apply that. My goal will be to apply that today, is to grow that awareness as I take actions throughout the day and say, hey, keyboard, let's be friends today. Hey, doorknob, you know what? You are a significant part of my life.
You know
significant
something?
part of my existence.
Tell your shoelaces you love them. Shoelaces, man, I love you, man. How many times have I tied you and you've kept my shoes on my feet? It's like when we really break these seemingly insignificant parts of our life down, they mean so much, and it correlates into our real life and activities. You know? You're in a beautiful space. You're in a beautiful space.
That was my nugget of gold, my friend.
We're in a beautiful space at the moment. You're in a beautiful mindset at the moment. You're, I wouldn't say you're questioning in the wrong place. You're really asking really good questions. But you were saying there just earlier, you can find sometimes that you beat yourself up a little bit. You're a bit harder on yourself, or people maybe could see that you tend to be a little bit hard on yourself. Do you know why that is? Truly.
Well, there's certain things. Well, let me tell you, how I feel about it. I'm when I say that I failed, when I say that I desire to be an embodiment of love, and I could only be so sparingly at this time because of the significant karma that I need to work through.
Well, this
I
is
feel like
beautiful because
saying that is just honesty.
yes, it is honesty, but this is where your spiritual psychological flip will happen, and it will happen in one day, overnight, and you'll see the psychology in this, and you'll see, oh, I just changed that to that, and it totally changes the energy dynamic, and you'll start to have a well-being effect. For example, you know there's no failures when every failure can become a lesson.
Exactly.
You do know that. So it's in that
Yes.
psychology, we
Indeed,
never fail.
and that's
We learn.
and that's why I'm so happy about. I'm actually proud of my failures, and I feel excessively blessed to be aware of them. I really do. I feel so much gratitude to at least have that awareness at the moment to say, oh, yep, I let that false belief
Yeah,
or wanting to be right overwhelm my being, overwhelm my better judgment again.
yeah.
I'm happy to know that.
And one of the
I
one of
love
the
that
one
I'm
of the
aware of
reasons,
that.
and one of the reasons sometimes that people really can be very self-introspective and look at themselves and beat themselves up a little bit for not certain achieving things and feel sometimes a sense of failure is because they see that in everybody else. Brother, you and me are mirrors. We are so the same while so different. And when we sort of get to this point where you're going through these transitional questions, I can sense it. It's just definitely just the other side of the coin. Where you maybe feel that you're still waiting for that moment or this thing or or even that you're happy with your stage of development. That's just all going to disappear in one spiritual revelation for you. Yeah,
Please, can you continue for a moment? I'm going to be quiet for 2 minutes.
yeah, man. I've always got a problem just speaking myself when I'm doing the live streams on Rumble. Unless there's any sort of interaction or anything, I'll just play videos and I'll never chat. But now you've put me under pressure to keep talking until you get back. I'm like, But you haven't put me under pressure. This is also good exercise. Yeah. Where did that go? I'm really loving the resonance or whatever sort of hertz that bell is at. I'm totally feeling that.
Sorry about that, buddy.
No, it's okay. I was just sort of saying when you were.
Multitasking.
I was just sort of saying there when you were away.
No, I've been listening.
All right, I was just actually saying that I find it difficult to just talk myself, but
You know, I knew that you were going to give me some detailed reminders. Like you said yesterday, all we're doing is revisiting everything we've already done and already know. And
it's
I
really
am very,
it's
very
really
aware of the mirror,
yeah.
especially right now after you said that.
It's inherent in our DNA,
That's
in
a
our memory
great
system,
reminder.
and all the nostalgia that's created through media and movies and music and all these sort of things that we hook on to. Uh, it's those things that hold us back. It's those things that hold us back for revelations, for self discovery, and it can be overwhelming. So there's a lot of sometimes standing back from an obvious truth, because sometimes that obvious truth can remove what we've believed and we cannot accept knowing. Because when I was discussing this sort of thing with someone a couple of weeks ago, the perception of acceptance is the end of something, is the letting go of something, is the conclusion to something, but not truly. Not truly. Because on that quantum perspective of anything being possible, acceptance is that we now realize that to get to the other side of the river, we are going to have to build that bridge. And that's going to take years, maybe decades, and a lot of hard work and a lot of good people. So acceptance can mean the start of it all, not the end. And this sort of trick that's played out there in the spirituality realm, the spirituality world, the psychology world, the psychotherapist world, it's twisted and backward. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. There's a zero integrity to maximize profit within all these levels of mental health and psychology and spirituality, and I revoke every one of them, because there's something unnatural about it all. And then when I ask the planet for answers, she tells me it's all twisted.
My friend, I gotta get moving on. I just
Do
want
it,
to say
brother.
something. So when I do these morning ones, I'll pass you a link, and if you could come in. It's a great way to start the day for me. I know it's the
Yeah,
opposite for you.
I just thought you'd
Opposite
be.
time of day, but
Yeah.
you said one more thing that I just want to say out loud to myself. Again, is letting go can be a very difficult thing. A very difficult thing. And just you saying that makes something in me want to come out. It
Well,
really does.
can I just finish with
I don't
this
know if I'll get it
also?
out or not, but
Well, I don't know if you've seen.
yes.
I was just on live for a few hours, and then when I came off live, I seen that you were on, and I just jumped straight to you. But just before I was finishing on Rumble, I wrote something that I'd wrote many years ago, and it is situational consequence. Since reason leaves the nest, holding on to water, we can only try our best. But holding on while letting go will only go to show that I'm no different than the rest, that we are no different than the rest. It's very difficult to
God
understand
bless
how
you, my friend.
individual and
Thank you.
special and the miracle that we are, but we're all the same. The uniqueness of
Thank
collectivity.
you. Thank you.
Love you, man. Have a great day, okay?
Love you, man. Thank you. God bless you.
Peace. Peace out.